Are you one who lets emotions make your actions and decisions for you? Or are you one who processes your emotions and lets them inform your decisions but understands that they're two separate things? In neurolinguistic programming, emotions are seen as part of an experience or an internal state. So, for example, if we close our eyes, and I want you to go one of two places. One is a valley with a stream, with trees and wildflowers that are watered by that stream. You can hear the sound of birds and the breeze to the meadow. Or the second place you could go is the beach, where you feel the sand between your toes and you hear waves of the water. And you smell fresh air, and you feel the warmth of the sun on you. Spend some time experiencing one of those two places. And then you can open your eyes. So, can you see how even just using your imagination quickly changed your internal experience and your state? That emotions and states can be changed, and most can actually be achieved now. Many people go through their whole life reacting instead of responding. I know that there were situations in my life where I reacted, where I just didn't have the knowledge or the tools or understanding of emotions and emotional regulation. It just wasn't part of my family system to learn from. Emotions were actually somewhat frowned upon. So I've had to learn about emotions in my adult life, and I've learned what emotional regulation is. Now, if I choose to make a decision based on emotion, I choose to make the decision from a place of love versus a place of fear. So fear can look different. It can be fighting and anger. It can be running and getting away. It can be being frozen. Those are all fear responses. The downside of making decisions from a place of love is that there's going to be loss. We lose people, we lose circumstances and situations, life changes, and we lose things. When we make a decision from an emotion, that emotion is changeable. It makes us kind of like the wind. So when I make a decision from love, it's a choice that I make. But I know that the deeper I love, the deeper grief that I could experience with loss. Many people want to find emotions like peace or happiness. And those are things people try and chase after. They try and find. But you can never catch peace and happiness. They're states. They're internal experiences. They're things that, if situations and circumstances don't change at all for most people, could be experienced right now with tools like mindfulness or meditation or neurolinguistic programming. Even from the standpoint of peace, found in many religious practices, as a Christian, peace, true peace, is seen as coming from the Lord and being His, but also is a fruit of the Spirit. Those aren't things that are chased after. They just come from being. They're gifts that are given. And so even from a religious standpoint, there's no chasing after peace. It's not going to come from changing circumstances or situations or expecting the people around you to change. It's going to come from working on your internal state, your values, and your beliefs. If you're one that likes to make decisions with your shifting emotions, your life is probably going to shift around like the wind too. If you make decisions based on situations and circumstances around you, you may end up being and staying comfortable and not growing. Because oftentimes we pursue safety over growth or the challenge of something new. But if you learn to master your emotions, to learn from your emotions and to regulate them, and you develop awareness of your subconscious patterns and your habits, you could do this maybe by working with a coach like myself, or using neurolinguistic programming tools, or journaling, or certain types of meditation. If you sorted that out and you figured out what are your values and beliefs, and you started living conscientiously and intentionally, would you end up someplace different than you are now? Something to think about. I hope everyone lives well.